Today I want to talk about building a press list. This is part of a big series that I'm doing where we talk about how to start a record label, and there's a checklist that I put together, and you can get that at otherrecordlabels.com/checklist. Let's talk about building a press list. My name is Scott, and this is a fun part of the process. It might be a little bit daunting. Who do I send my new release to or my press kit to? That's a little bit daunting, and you might have a couple blogs in mind that you can think of, and you may know some huge websites that you're trying to pursue, but then might get disappointed if they don't respond to you. So let's talk real quickly about building this list. This will be an important list. It'll be an evolving list, something that changes over the years and months as some blogs, unfortunately, have to shut down and new ones pop up all the time. One side tip I will give you is don't underestimate the power of a blog. Don't devalue a blog because they're new or they have a small following. You should really spend a lot of time in caring about that blog, because there is a chance that maybe 1 in 50 of these small little blogs will grow into something much bigger. And if you respect them and appreciate them in the early stages, then that could pay huge dividends for you when they get bigger. And I've seen that happen. And sometimes I regret maybe dismissing somebody who wanted to do an interview with myself or an artist years ago. And I can't think of an example, but that's just a little side tip. Keep that in mind. So let's talk about building a press list. And this is where you can get some contacts for your press list. Search online. That's obvious. There's actually some blogs and websites that list contact info for music publications. So search online and do your best and create a spreadsheet with all of the contacts that you find. Ask your bands. People in your bands have maybe been in other bands before and have some success with press and blogs. They might have a favorite place online that they go for music. And so ask them and ask your friends and start to populate that list. Also ask other record labels. I mean, perhaps not everyone's going to be willing to share their press contacts, but if you contact me, I'll give you some of my contacts. But ask some other labels. Do it humbly and respectfully, and who knows? Maybe they'll point you in a direction of some good contacts. Also, industry people. You can ask, like your vinyl manufacturing plant, do they have recommendations? You can ask a publicist that you used to work with, or anybody in the industry that, as long as you're not stealing business from them, or it could get a little bit touchy sharing contacts, but hopefully people out there are generous. The final thing I just want to remind you of is to keep everything organized. Use software or use something simple like a spreadsheet or a free Google Sheet, and keep a list of all the blogs and press contacts, their name and their email address or phone number or mailing address in this column, but also put specific notes. Like, for example, maybe this one blog has never responded to your emails. Put that in there. Maybe this one blog highlighted your previous release. And I know you're thinking, well, of course I'll remember that. You won't remember that 6 months or a year later. And so say, oh, this person actually, and so when you go to write them a personal email, you say, here's our latest release, and thank you again for promoting our last release. It really helped. And so it's really important, and maybe you know their birthday, or you follow them on Twitter and you see that they were sick for 6 months. You could put that note in the spreadsheet so that when you contact them, you can make it more personal and have that kind of ongoing information and data about these people, so that it's not just a mass email. And please don't do these mass emails to all the different publications. You're just going to get lost in all that. I hope you found this helpful. Grab all of these tips at otherrecordlabels.com/checklist. Thanks for watching.